Okay, it's been a hot minute for us, but it won't be for the rest of you people. So we're back in the weird world of Cromartie High School.
Oh, joy. Episode 6. We finally get the introduction to the... I can't justifiably call him an antagonist. That would mean that he has some actual evil intentions with the school, but...
We can at least call him a foil.
The Empire of Ambition. Takeshi Hokuto is the son of the chairman of Cromartie High. He doesn't want to go to a school with delinquents, but assures himself that his father can expel anyone he doesn't like. But is that enough? And when Hayashida tells him that their school is municipal, can Hokuto cover up his mistake of attending the wrong school? No. Let's cut to the chase. No. Oh, gosh. So, yeah, this is the episode where we are officially, canonically introduced to, what's his name? Takeshi Hokuto. And it gets really weird when you realize that in the English dub, he's voiced by Jason Douglas,
I thought that was him.
Yeah, who voices Beerus from the Dragon Ball Super series. Seeing the other dimension god of destruction struggled to take down a couple of delinquents who are no brighter than he is weirdly meta and hilarious. But even without knowing that, this show is still so funny.
This episode in particular had just a barrage of nonsense throughout.
They open the sliding door. There's Freddy. They quickly close it. And Hokuto's just worried to death. And then they open it up again. And then you see, what are their names? Hayashida and Kamiyama.
No, you see the monkey first, which I can't remember his name.
Oh, yeah. Well, I think it's just called the gorilla. And
I didn't realize until they opened that door that Freddy is just Mike Hagar from Streets of Rage with Freddie Mercury's head on it.
Basically.
Oh, yeah. Oh, you mean Final Fight?
Or Final Fight, sorry. Yeah, Final Fight, I'm sorry.
No, it's fine. No, he is basically Mike Hagar from Final Fight.
And I was hoping they would have said he looks like a wrestler, like he looks like a mayor.
Yeah. I love that they're just kind of giving him flack, where they're just like, hey, man, you're in the wrong classroom. You're sitting in our seat, buddy. And then, what's his name? Maeda is just like, you dumbasses. This is the wrong classroom.
Okay, we went to the wrong class today.
Isn't that funny? And then they close it and they're just like, okay, now what?
Who's in charge? They see this guy.
Yeah. I can tell. So the guy who gets Takanuchi, Freddy, and that ape all seem to be in control of these students here. But they all seem to revolve around one common denominator. This guy.
This guy. Kamiyama.
And then they're just like, oh yeah, my dad runs the school and I can do whatever I want. The school's a municipal, for example. And then that just when you see Hayashida slide in from the side, everyone kind of moves in this show like they're on a Segway.
They do.
They do.
And are those hoverboard things. And I don't know if y'all caught his ear was just sliding into place.
Yeah.
And then this mechanical noise when he lifts up his arm. It's for example, you're wearing the wrong school uniform. We don't wear white. And Hokuto just goes into oh no, I made a mistake. I came to the wrong school, but I just can't move on. I already put in the transfer papers. What can I do?
I love how the screen shrinks as his monologue just keeps going.
Yeah, this is definitely the early times when they were using digital editing tools to make all these characters stretch, to fill the screen, or like have them sliding around like an early YouTube shit post or something like that.
It doesn't feel like the show's animated. It feels like it's photoshopped.
Or like they said in the second episode, some anime. It's barely even animated.
My favorite thing is I think it's Hakuto, the cat-lipped guy.
Oh yeah, Hayashida.
Hayashida, sorry. He's sitting there talking to him. He is in the foreground, but the top eighth of his head is in the background, dangling a banana for the monkey. It's the most nonsensical form of foreground background animation I've seen in quite some time, but
this show will break you. It does a ton of that kind of stuff. And two of my favorite gags are when they open the door again and the gorilla's standing there, and Hakuto's henchman just slowly slides away, and then they're about to have another panic attack, and then Hakuto's just like, I don't care if he's busy, mommy. I want to talk to daddy. And then they're like, meanwhile, the guy playing the guitar, wait a minute, this is a non sequitur. These episodes aren't even that long. Why the hell do they have a non sequitur?
I think one of them just went, we need to have it in here somewhere.
I just love how like he's not even playing like an actual song. He's just kind of strumming the guitar.
He literally says, playing guitar in the forest.
And then, so Hakuto tries to basically BS his way, saying like, yeah, my dad controls the shadow government. And he's empowered. He can do whatever he wants. So I'm here to, like, avoid his grasp. And they're like, oh, so you're here to defeat your own dad? Like, wait a minute. And he has to keep lying to save face. And his henchman is just like, God, these idiots won't believe a single thing about this. And they're just like, no way. And they grow like huge.
Yes, they get their own red uniforms for.
Oh yeah, he's like, now, like, who knows if they believe it? They probably don't remember a thing. Captain, geez, dumb as goldfish, but memories like elephants.
Yes.
And they're like, Captain, what are you doing here? And they're like, then you see just these randos come in. They're like, why are they calling him Captain?
Good God.
Oh gosh, no, this show, man, it's bananas. I don't know where they could go with it. Like, I feel like I remember I kind of asked last time, like, could they make a show like this again? And it's like, they pretty much could. Pop Team Epic is basically the same thing, but it's just constant shitpost kind of humor. It's not even like caring about like an overarching plot or world building. It's just what would be a funny gag to put these characters in or something. So
I think there still is an audience for just random kind of mile-a-minute humor.
Oh, there still is an audience. Do we need to remind people at time of recording about 2 weeks ago, they made a post that Ghost Stories is getting a digitally up-resed Blu-ray release.
I can't wait for that. We'll definitely have to cover it when it comes out and such.
Oh, yes.
There's going to be a whole flock of people going, can you believe all this unbelievable racist bullshit that they put in this dub? How the Japanese... Oh, they didn't.
No, it's just like, yeah, no. That when they realize, like, read the story or watch like a YouTube video covering the history of Ghost Stories dub, it's going to be like, huh. But anyway, so the final part of the episode ends with Hakuto basically saying, I cannot be the leader anymore. And one of y'all will have to carry on my wills.
My dad is the head of the government.
Yes, of the government.
He fears I've grown too powerful and I may try to assassinate him.
They brought out a USA war veteran or something like that, mercenary, and you can see like some little mouse thing. I guess that's supposed to represent a white lie.
I guess.
Coming out of his mouth, and they're just like, oh no, man. It's like, what are we going to do? Who's going to lead us?
I'll take it over for you. I'll live with you. You will live with you here, so you're safe.
Oh gosh. No, it's just funny. I don't think it really cares about what it's doing as long as it gets a laugh out of you, because it's like, as we keep going through this, they are bringing up like parody and tropey characters that you would see and stuff like this, or what is it? I remember reading that it's kind of like a broad parody of Sakigake Otokojuku, which was like old manga and such, and where basically all these high school students who look like they're in their 30s.
Oh, of course.
Of course.
Because in Japan, every high school student looks like they're 50.
Well, it's like, this was like back then, where it's just like, these guys are the cream of the crop macho men. And it's like, sure. Okay. But yeah,
just giving crap to animation because, and I'm pretty sure I said this before, in JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, Jotaro is supposed to be 16 and he looks like an NFL linebacker on roids.
Oh, gosh. That's why anime is so great. It's just absurd and they run with it. They're not really afraid to go ridiculous with designs and such. And Aramaki's visual work is just why, it's a major reason why people love JoJo. So,
oh, absolutely.
Yeah. And yeah, there's just not much else with this episode. I think we've been kind of going back and forward of like, do we just do 2 episodes of recording, or like see how far we can go with just 1 episode per recording?
We're gonna have to see how it goes with that, because like, there was a couple in that first stretch where I was itching for something to say.
At least if we do a handful, then there's a little bit more meat to discuss. Otherwise, it's just going, well, this is insane. This is bonkers.
We'll go by if the episodes have enough meat in it to discuss. If not, then we'll chunk that in with the next one.
Yeah, no, we'll just keep bouncing back and forth.
Because like this one was good, but the joke writing one was, we had to stretch.
Now, I wish they could have gone a little further. I mean, the one thing that they're going to kind of set up here with Hakuto's right hand, be ready to observe every time he shows up on screen. Okay. I'm not going to tell you what his gag is. It's extremely simple and stupid, but you'll see what I mean. And they even kind of pointed out in a later episode, so we'll get to that when we do. So,
all right, that sounds good to me. All right, everybody, let's get on out of here and start the next one then. Mike, where can everybody... Oh, actually, Cameron, where can everybody find you?
You can find me on Twitter at Cam's Eye View. I have my own website called camseyeview.biz, where I review animated films and shows from around the world, called The Other Side of Animation. I am the co-host of the Renegade Animation podcast on renegadepopculture.com. And you can find me on Patreon at patreon.com/camseyeview.
All right. And Mike, where can everybody find you?
You guys can find me on Twitter at CaptainK42. You can check out my quick thoughts on letterboxd.com/CoachK42. And you can follow Renegade Pop Culture on Facebook and Twitter at Ren Pop Culture. You can also find us on YouTube, on Podchaser, on the Banana Meter. Listen to all of our podcasts on Anchor, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, etc. And last but not least, everything can be found at renegadepopculture.com. Need to escape? So do we.
Absolutely. And I'm just realizing now that this review is going to be like 3 minutes longer than the episode was.
That's a problem, man. They're not.
What did they talk about for 14 minutes?
We're just talking about our favorite gags.
And you can find me everywhere at Organoid Zero. I'm not even going to remotely attempt to say what I'm going to be streaming at this point because I have no idea. But you can find me mostly on Twitch and YouTube. And until next time, we'll see you all later.